Welcome to Emuna is Our Future with Lit Up Unifications. We're going to be lit. You know, it's a cool way to begin our class today as we get ready and enter into the holy time of Chanukah. Chanukah 2020. Wow, what a year. What a time it's been. What an opportunity we all have to elevate and to transform the darkness that we face of 2020 into light. And I appreciate you guys for joining us today live. And for those who would join us in our YouTube edited version and website, thank God everything's working. We've resolved the Wi-Fi issue. We got, thank God, a good energy from last night from our soulful music Emuna class with Rav Shalom Arush, with the Mendy Weinreb and his brother Ruben. It was out this world. What talented people. And you guys should check it out. If anyone didn't see it, should go back, and it's just below this video, I suppose, or a few videos below, and you'll see Mendy Weinreb rock and roll and great energy, or the Yud Tet Kislev for Brang with Rav Shalom Arush. And what an amazing opportunity we have right now as we're holding just before Chanukah begins to prepare ourselves, to prepare our homes, to prepare our hearts, and to prepare what we're doing online. We all have the opportunity online to share Emuna. This is Rav Shalom Arush. He's our host, and this is his will, that we develop ourselves. We become more Emunadik. We become people who are more believing in ourselves and believing in the Borei Olam, the creator of the world. We are in a time where we can lit up this world, we can make it lit, and we can bring unifications. This is the Torah of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, and we're sitting in Brez of Israel. That's correct. A descendant of the Baal Yisrael Baal Shem and his students, the Baal Tanya, the Maggid HaMezritch, is Rabbi Nachman, is a continuation of that path. And we also have the opportunity to understand that not only does it come with Chassidus, with learning these deep ideas, these mystical concepts of unifications that the Baal Shem Tov set forth with his original founding of Chassidus, but we also have the ability now, like the Baal Tanya and the whole Derech Chabad, which is to get out the light. That was the revelation that the Baal Shem Tov had, and that people talk about so much, especially on Yat Kislev, and this weekend that just was, the Shabbos, the revelation of unification, of bringing out the Torahs of Mashiach, to unify, to bring out a universal energy in the world that everyone can relate to and connect with. And I ask you guys, stick around. Don't just come in and come out. You have to hear the full class to really get the concept. So that's up to you to tune in and to share it out in your network. So the light of Mashiach, the Oresh of Mashiach, the light of Chanukah, the light that was hidden when the time of creation was the world was put into reality. The light was too great at that time to be able to reveal completely, and it was hidden within the Torah and in the light of the Neres Chanukah. And we have the opportunity, all of us, to tune into that light. Thank God we are alive, we're healthy, we got through this challenging 2020, and we're about to enter into Chanukah 2021, a new year, a new opportunity in the general calendar. But we're in Tafshin Pei Aleph. We're in a year we spoke about of Pele Elyon, of being able to be in a Pile Ploim year. And it was funny because the Masad Kedushin in my chuppah, last night, we mentioned you guys. Thank you. Please, leave your feedback, say hello. But messages here, questions, we can get to the Rab. You guys, make it interactive, make it alive. So last week I was making a wedding for my daughter, my oldest daughter, and it was very inspiring, very beyond words, and the unification created under the chuppah with all the souls that came together. Because once again, we are in a Corona challenge situation, and usually would have gone on a tour, and usually would have had a wedding with hundreds of people there, usually would have been a publicized event. We could do things more public, but instead it was a smaller event somewhere outside Jerusalem, and thank God we tried to keep the rules as best we could, and hopefully we created a very good energy online, because we did have it recorded on a live feed on Zoom and YouTube, and it's out there on my Unity Inspires Projects channel. You guys can watch the wedding. It's a beautiful wedding, really inspiring. I've only good energy from it, and even though I've been working crazy this whole time, so it's been a little bit hard to focus on the joy that's being created. Like even last night, which was meant to be a Sheva Brachas, I was here with you guys, making sure that the class of Rav Arush and our good translation from Rav Cohen is putting out new classes. Please God, we were able to do that together with the Weinberg brothers, and the energy created and the Oresh Mashiach, the light of the Messiah, was in that class. You could feel the energy, you could feel the power of music, as the Rav said, the power of Nigun, the power of bringing together different notes and bringing out the positive notes, just like you have to do to bring out that universal unification in the world. You have to bring out that positive in your home, that positivity in your heart, and to join together with other people. This is the concept that we have, this opportunity weekly online. We have the ability to collaborate, and people can collaborate through music, people collaborate through wisdom, people collaborate through universal concepts. And this is the class that we're doing today. So I'm just going to go back to my notes just to make sure we're covering all the main points. Yes, we are. And I want to ask you guys, lots of people tuning in. I appreciate it very much. And remember, we have the podcast. We're putting it out there. After every class, we try upload another podcast. We've been having Gedalia Fenster feature. We'd like to keep Rav Yonatan Galed in English. You guys have to make a big noise to keep this all moving, because it needs generation of energy and partnership. And the big news for Chanukah, not only are we turning darkness into light, not only are we bringing the light of Mashiach into our homes by lighting the Hanukkah candles, but online we're bringing the Hanukkah candles and the wisdom of Rav Orish and the energy of Rav Dayan Elgod, who'll be translating, please God, and the collaboration of Chazak, a great organization that does tremendous things for the world. It keeps very much the education of our children in mind and gives them ability to tune in to a brighter future. And all you guys who are out there listening can tune into the Chazak and Emuna footage by just, all you have to do basically is go to our YouTube channel, and you'll see slowly we're putting up all the videos that are going to come out night by night, premiering new classes from Rav Orish on each night of Hanukkah, never before seen. Thank God we pre-recorded and we're able to present it, because Rav Orish himself will be in Uman, and he'll be praying for all of you, and all of you can partner with him and get those prayers answered over Hanukkah. But the ability to tune into our nightly, as we go from one night to add another candle, we're going to light up more and more the internet with 8 classes of 8 candles by the end. And really, if you add it all up, it's 36 candles, which is connected to the 36 hidden tzaddikim, the 36 mesechtas in Shas, the tract dates of the Talmud Bavli, which represents tremendous light. That's a tremendous awe that's available during the Hanukkah. Remember, we have the Shamish as well, the one that lights them all. That's another 8 candles, which makes us to 44, which is Gematria Dam, the Damai Chayi, that you should live with Mesiras Nefesh, should live with all your energy. And that's what hopefully we're trying to do in these classes during a time of making a wedding, and a bar mitzvah this Shabbos, during Sheva Brachas. And I got to, please God, finalize the Sheva Brachas. You guys keep praying for my Chosan and Kala. We dedicate this class to Nachman Ben Rivka and Tila Rivka Bas Masha. We've got a bracha from the Rav yesterday, and also my bar mitzvah, Menachem Dov Ben Masha, should be blessed. These simchas, this joy, this time of Moshe V'Holech, we should take this candle, this light, this universal, this light that brings us all together, this night of joy, of bringing families together, of bringing souls together. We should tune into that light and share it outwards online. That's the opportunity all of you have. Right now, can share this class, and please God, all the classes we have from Rav Orish coming up, we're going to have not only that, we're going to have Rav Orish giving each night an insight into each candle, but we're also going to have a sikkim, a summary of all our Emuna classes so far. Wow, all our Emuna Torah classes so far. We've had 19, which is very significant, because we just had the 19th of Kislev, and it was on the 19th, class, very significant. The numbers, how everything's flowing with Hashgacha Pratis, divine providence. There's a flow. I was listening to Lewis Howes, and he had someone on who's very famous for The Secret. And they're writing another book on The Secret. But the point is, there's a flow, and that's given people opportunity to tap into tremendous success. And we all have that power to tune into that tremendous success. Every one of us has that ability to find that path of success. I'm just going to sort one more thing. Always nice to have a bit of technical stuff going on. There we go. Yeah, just make sure this is good. Yeah, you can see me. You guys are tuning in. And we got Tulsa. Yes, Oklahoma, I believe. Is that right? Give me a yes if it is, because I believe that that's where you guys are from. And I want you guys to comment. I want you to contribute. This is a live class as well as, thank God, a recorded class. And I have, thank God, the pleasure of being in Jerusalem in a beautiful studio in a healthy winter. Yes, she says. Hadassah, thank you. And we know that we're going global. That's the concept, because there's a ability, if you talk to people, just phone up someone, phone up a friend. Don't just stay in your own little bubble. Talk to people right now and connect and you will sense and feel, especially on the podcast world, a certain awareness, a growing consciousness of change, of wanting expanded consciousness, of more mindfulness, of more awareness, of more knowledge. There's a will and a desire to transition during this corona difficult challenge year, to lift it up, to elevate it, to get that opportunity to not only grow on the spiritual level, to not only understand that there's such spiritual lights coming down. We have Parshas V'yeshev with Yosef Asadik now, featuring a big light of Yosef Asadik, Baruch Hashem. 1 minute, just making sure the YouTube continues. There we go. Let's continue. Amazing. Nothing wrong, but a little bit up and down. We're back with YouTube. Baruch Hashem, we have the light of Parshas V'yeshev, and we have Yosef Asadik. He is the Lahava, like we spoke about last week, the flame that lights up all the world. That is the one who became the Mishnah Lamelech. He became the second to the king of all the empires of the world, all the wealth, all the desires, and he brought it all together towards holiness. He was able to elevate the world to a higher level, Yosef Asadik. And together we have the light of David HaMelech, of Mashiach, of the Messiah, and that light comes down on Chanukah with Yaakovina's light we spoke about already, and Aaron Cohen's light, the Kohanim. It all comes together. All these different lights are coming together to just give us a tremendous strengthening in our Emuna and our ability to be Somayach. Like, for example, I'm making a Sheva Brachos. I'm a little bit worried that there'll be enough people to come because, with Corona, everything, and everyone's a bit more nervous. But Bezos Hashem, with Emuna, that's the whole thing. You don't need to worry anymore, as Gedalia Fenster pointed out. It's about doing. Let's do action instead. Instead of worrying, let's do. Let's make this world more lebedik. Let's make this world more fun. Let's enjoy our time with our family. We're going to have a Sheva Brachos. We're going to have, please God, a Bar Mitzvah meal together. Please God, Rav Yonatan Galed will come. Ralph said he'd come. The Rav already gave his bracha, but he'll be in Uman, unfortunately. Rav Dayan Elgod hopefully shall be there. And we'll Somayach with holy Jews that you guys know, thank God, by tuning in and being part of our Emuna classes. You have the opportunity to be part of our Simchas too, because we talk about it, we care about you guys, and we love you, and we appreciate your support. And that's an important part with the Chanukah and Emuna Chazak classes. There's going to be a link called emunalive.com. We made it special for this time period, and it was a gift from Chazak, very kind of them. We had the opportunity together with Chazak to make a big awakening, because the Chazak, not only are we going to post our classes on the time of lighting in Israel, and a little bit before Shabbos and a little bit after, mostly Shabbos, but we're going to have it on premiere each night. But Chazak are going to put it in their time zone, the opportunity to tune into Rav Arsha and on their networks. And that's an amazing thing, an amazing opportunity for everyone to be able to get that inspiration. Now, interestingly, my audio just went out, so you're going to have to give me a minute when I upload this to get the audio from the Facebook. And it's the first time this ever happened, Baruch Hashem. And one of the reasons is because I did a kindness yesterday. I lent my charger to Mendy Weinreb, our musician. He didn't have any power on his phone, and then I didn't have my charger yet. I left it up here. So we're going to charge his phone, but we're going to get the audio of the podcast. You have to bear with me. It's going to take a few more moments. And that's one of the beautiful things of online. If you can't get it here, you can get it there. And that's one of the reasons why we like to put it on so many platforms and channels in so many different ways, because then you always have a backup copy, hopefully. It has happened, I'm sure, to everyone where you've lost even that backup copy, but then you have a backup on the backup. But like Fisher Schechter once taught me, no matter how much effort, if Hashem doesn't want something, he doesn't want it. Then that's the part of the Emuna understanding, that you have to go into your life with Emuna, that even when things technically, like this phone just died out of nowhere because it was charged, I don't know. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the Emuna process, that, for example, people right now, financially, are having more tougher time, because it's been a difficult year, 2020. There's been a lot less infrastructure, a lot less opportunities. For example, with our booking Chanukah, we didn't have the opportunity to go do a tour with Nissan Black. So what happened? We had the opportunity to do it online. We switch, we pivot, we are versatile, and we change our flow. And we've spoken about this many, many times, but it needs repeating, because constantly there's an opportunity to find that new place of how you can be successful. So another point I wanted to mention was about also emotionally, becoming more emotionally healthy, so that physically and spiritually you can have that pipeline, because in a way a person has different levels of his being, and there's the soul level, which we're trying to work on together here, but there's also the emotional level, how to get more healthy, to be more present with the people you love. If you have a bit more pain and anger, try to work that through, try to talk it through, try to not leave it coming out and towards people around you, to give a lot of love, especially during a time of simcha, to be able to give mazel tov to people, to wish people congratulations, to have a good word for your family, a good word for your loved ones, a good word for your fellow workers, to give over a lot of positivity. That's the light of Chanukah, because your face is like a menorah. If you look, I once said this at my own Sheva Brachas 19 years ago. This Chanukah, Friday night, Shabbos night, is my anniversary. The second night of Chanukah, I got married, and by the 8th night was already the climax of the final Sheva Brachas. It was a great time. So I spoke at my Sheva Brachas about how the face is a menorah. The mouth, this was 19 years ago, the mouth is the first part of the menorah, and then the two nostrils and the two eyes and the two ears. So really, every person is like a walking menorah. His face is a menorah, her face is a menorah, a person's face is a menorah. Panei ha-menorah, it says in the Chumash. Your panei, your face is a menorah. It's almost literal. But the point is that you're meant to shine. You're meant to shine wisdom, shine joy, shine happiness. You see from Rav Orish how much he's able to do that in our class. He's so exhausted from his schedule and doing all the amazing things, speaking in so many classes, so many languages, constantly giving out. He used to travel a lot more, but now he's starting traveling again, at least around Israel, and things are starting to get busier and busier. And yet he shines when he looks at you, when he smiles, and when he gives a class. And all of us get the pleasure of tuning into that like we did last night. But that's the Panei Menorah. It's not our personal rishus. It's not our personal property, our face. Our face was given to us to shine to others. And all of us have the ability to give out wisdom, to give out light, to give out inspiration. And that's my hope with my Unity Inspires project. That's what I'm hoping with the United Souls book and all the things I'm trying to do, to give out more love and more light to the world. That's the kind of chizuk, the chazak, the emuna, and the strengthening we need at this time more than ever. We need these concepts. It's not just theoretical. It's not just an intellectual study in university or something. This is real life functional advice that we can be able to give out a good energy. Think about it. You want to have success in business, you have to be enlivened. You have to have what to sell. You have to have how to service. You have to have what to give. That's a basic concept in business nowadays. And then when it comes to family life, you have to be overflowing with some love and warmth. If you're all caught up with yourself and your own problems, then I know myself, then you're asking for trouble. Things start kicking off in the house in a not good way. And the person, whoever's there, the wife, the children, or the other way around, the husband, whatever way the scenarios are, whoever's waiting there for that person, and suddenly you're coming with a sour face and with attitude, and you're not believing, you're not enlivened, you're not inspired, you're not in a good mindset. And then that affects them, and then that affects the other one, and the other one, and it's like dominoes. Everyone starts knocking each other out. Not physically, but at least emotionally, and the comments and the negativity. I go through this a lot, and this is a challenge which we can turn around by tuning into the light of Chanukah, tuning into the chizuk, the chazak, the strengthening of Emuna, the strengthening of our inner belief in ourselves, to not allow the negative voices to rule over us, to not allow the negative forces in the world, the media world, to rule over us. And you see these media things, and you see this power out there, such an energy, such a power in the world. And you could think to yourself, wow, I can't do that. I don't have ability to enliven the world around me. I don't have the ability to transform my life to a positive place. But what's the truth? What's the truth? All of us have that power. The truth is I can do it. I can do my mission in the world. The truth is I have the power to take a tiny little bit of oil. And like it says in the whole question of Chanukah, my Chanukah, the whole question is, how can a little piece of oil in a little flask last for 8 days? How could it light up the world so much? How could it light up all the generations? How could it light up 2020? How could it light up a corona world that people go on and on, the media on and on every day, more and more problems, blah, blah, blah. And how can it light up that up? How can it give inspiration, encouragement, and calm us down so we don't have to be anxious? How can we have that feeling of warmth and love and greatness and inspiration? How can we walk around our daily life in a whole different way of being? That's the truth and belief of Chanukah. That is the essence of chinuch of Hanukkah, the education of Chanukah. That within us is a tremendous soul, is an infinite being, and no one can take that light away from us. No one. That was the beauty of Viktor Frankl in the Holocaust, as Tony Robbins talks about, and Stephen Covey, and all the other great people who are nowadays in the last 20, 30, 40 years have tuned into this light from Viktor Frankl. The Babsha Rebbe himself told Viktor Frankl, go ahead with that book, because he was in the Holocaust, and just like many other great survivors, I had at my wedding a Einikah from the Klosenberger Rebbe. He went through the Holocaust, he came out and he built a hospital, he built a Hasidus, he built, tremendous things. He didn't have that break him, and that was that will to not allow anyone from outside of you or any situation in your life to hold that light of the soul, the light of will, the rotzen, the truth of your being, of who you are and what you're in this world for, to be held down by anything. And that's the ability of Hanukkah, that the Chashmonaim, they lit up the world for all the generations. And that was the light of Hanukkah that we have to believe. A little light can push away all the darkness in the world, all the pain in the world, all the viruses and all the vaccines that we don't need to take or do need to take, whatever that scenario is going to be. The clarity will be there. We will have the clarity to know what we're supposed to do if we're listening to that little light within, that little spark of godliness that Hashem puts in everybody, that's really internally eternal and great and awesome, and it empowers us and enlivens us. It's the part that brings soulmates together. It's the part that brings down these souls to bring children. It's where the root level of all our pleasure and all our desires comes from, that little godliness, that little spark that seems to be hidden within this physical and emotionally powered world. But on the spiritual level, the spiritual truth is that that's the essence of everything. That when you eat, you're experiencing spirituality. When you speak to someone and have love and emotional connection, you're experiencing spirituality. When you light a menorah, you're seeing the spirituality. And that is an opportunity, when you light the menorah, to talk, as Rav Arush says, the importance of the dabar, to speak the Emuna, to not just to learn about it, but to bring it alive through speaking to Hashem. The menorah itself is like lighting us up. It's almost like Hashem himself is shining back at us, and we have now the opportunity to have a conversation. And that's when we're lighting the menorah, to communicate, to sing the songs, Ma'atzur, Yeshua Si, and all the beautiful songs we have, all the psalms that we have written in, depending on your minhag, your custom. Say all these beautiful prayers at the time of lighting the menorah, to have a family experience, and to have the opportunity to see all your other people in your home, to light up their menorah, light up their face, to light up their life, to have an enlivened experience, spiritual life. And to then all these little manias, these little preventations where things don't work, or all the things that have been holding us back seemingly this year from getting together in a united way. We have the ability to unify. We have the ability, not only once we're lit up, then we can experience unification. When we're under the chuppah, like I was last week, the wedding canopy, I experienced that unification like no other. Standing under the wedding canopy is such a spiritual opportunity to unify two people so different and yet so joined. We have a man, a woman, two different realities of needs and wants, and yet they join together and become one in a unification. They have a wedding ring. That moment, the wedding ring is a Shem Havaya, it becomes a unification, Yud Kei Vav Kei. That moment of connection, of souls, of bonding, and all the different ways that man and woman do. There's a moment of unification. And when we give charity, it's a moment of unification. When we feed a poor person, when, please God, we have simchas and people come to your home and they eat, there's unifications. We're joining together, experiencing, and online, even on the line, even online, even on the internet, we're experiencing unification. It's up to you guys to unify the internet, to not be caught up with all the divisive media that's out there, but to find that and to build your sphere of influence online, not to share divisive posts, to share posts that inspire, that bring about more clarification, and to encourage people to shine on the internet, to have a menorah on the internet, literally lighting up the internet. The internet needs to be lit up because that's where most people's minds are right now. We need to light up Facebook. We need to light up Instagram, light up TikTok. We need to light up everything. Everything in the end is created by Hashem. It wouldn't exist if it wasn't. Even if it's man's, put his tuppence halfpenny, as we say in England, but put his little bit of creative energy over there. But in the end, it's all Hashem. It wouldn't exist without the Creator himself, constantly giving it power to exist. And we have to realize that every movie, every single bit of music, everything has its root in spirituality. Everything ultimately is unified in oneness. And once we tune in, allow ourselves, that all of nature, and we breathe a little bit, when we go for a walk and we see the beautiful sky and the sun and the set and the moon rise and everything and all the different things going on in creation around us, and we feel that feeling of oneness, we feel that feeling of connectedness, and we allow to experience that with our family and friends. It's a whole different world, and all of us have the opportunity. So we're going to end off our class. It's been a little bit longer because I'm not sure 100% if we're going to go ahead. Chanukah time, like I said, we're going to have Baruch Hashem, the Chazak classes every night. You guys can join and be part of those beautiful classes with Rav Orish and Rav Elgrod. And we're going to have, please God, our Sikkim, our summaries of all the different Emuna classes we did here in the studio, all 19 of them. Very exciting. And please God, the 20th one's going to be powerful. Please God, it's just going to grow and grow. We're going to come back with Laurent Mazur again, a third finale intro class of him for Soulful Money. And we're going to keep going forward with more soul and more Emuna to be able to bring out a more spiritual experience of our life. So whatever we're doing, whatever skills we've been blessed with, whatever we're accomplishing, should have a more spiritual feeling. And that's the hope with Chanukah this year. The Chanukah itself. I hope if you guys really want, I'll come and do another class next week. But personally, I actually need time to just breathe and internalize the wedding, the bar mitzvah, all the classes. I need to just internalize with my family and actually apply all the things we're talking about on our weekly basis, and maybe have a week off. You're welcome to go back to the previous classes. Maybe I'll post some sort of like summary myself somehow of all the previous classes. But the point is, we have it all out there. There's Emuna classes. It's all on our channels, and you guys have the opportunity to share your love and your light in the world, and not to hold back from giving over that light of the menorah in your daily life. Baruch Hashem, please God, you'll get married, you'll have family. Shine Emuna, shine love, shine light, shine encouragement to everyone around you. And please God, with this year, we'll have not only a very inspired Chanukah, not only that, they will not only be blessed with everything we need, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually, but we'll also come to that ultimate unification where the whole world will unify, where we'll see how really everything is light and love and positivity. And it's not some hippie vision, it's some real, true, mystical reality that's not just up for some select few, but the Baal Shem Tov's will that everyone should learn Chassidus, that everyone should tune into the light of Emuna, that these principles are universal, and it's not just for the Jewish people, for the whole world, and the light should go out to the world, just like from the Beis Hamikdash that we pray for will come soon, and the menorah lights up the world physically and spiritually, lights up the darkness of the winter and the darkness of exile, to be turned around into light, into the time of redemption, and Mashiach Sekenu b'meir Amen. Thank you for tuning in. Please share these classes, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the 20th Emuna class and another